The European Championships is putting up some motivational quotes on their Instagram, and Jennifer Muir is leaving a comment to motivate them to pay her. Welcome back to the channel, and as unbelievable as it may seem, even to myself, once again I will be speaking about the European Championships, a topic, dare I say, a saga that I actually thought we'd finished on the last video. And by the way, don't go looking for that comment from Jennifer on their Instagram, they've deleted it, along with any other comments people left asking them to pay Jennifer. And if that doesn't set us up for this video, well then I don't know what will. So let's talk about who's been paid, who's still waiting, other strange things going on with the European Championships. As always, I'd ask, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Later I will be asking, maybe even begging with you to share this video with as many people as possible. I'm going to give you a really good reason why, not for my benefit, but actually to help the CrossFit community as a whole. So look out for that. So just in case you missed any portions of this story, I'm going to bring you up to speed lightning quick. The European Championships, that was a thing that happened. After the event, we realized that they were in trouble, huge amount of debt, haven't paid the athletes, hadn't paid the workforce, it seemed like hadn't fully paid the venue. Real mess of a situation. Tried to recoup the costs, couldn't do that. Looked like they were going to sell, and then at the last minute, a sponsor has swooped in to save the day. Now, as of my last video, we didn't know who that sponsor was, and I foolishly speculated with the information we did have, how much debt they were in, what they needed to do, what they were going to try and pull off next year. We imagined it would have to be some sponsor with very deep pockets, and probably someone that had maybe a team in place that could take the event on next year and ensure some kind of return on their investment. Now, I'm not one who likes to speculate, but a logical guess based on facts is not beyond me. But you see, there I've made a massive mistake, because at no point throughout this saga has logic been applied, so why would they have started now? And a few days after that last video, well then we got the announcement. Who was this sponsor? Well, of course it was 10X Athletic. So not quite noble or tier. In fact, people were quick to question whether a company that only has 12,000 followers on Instagram would be able to cover the debt that the European Championships had incurred. I should say they now have 13,000 followers on Instagram, so well done them. But are we being unfair? Does a quantity of followers on Instagram equate to how much money a company has? I mean, after all, the European Championships has 55,000 followers on Instagram, and they couldn't pay anyone. But a great thing about companies is that, well, you can look them up. You can pull up financial data. So you can look at how much money they have, how much money they owe. Maybe that's the kind of thing that should concern you more than Instagram followers. Now, in that email that was sent out to the athletes with huge news, ensuring them that they were going to be paid with immediate effect, well, we discovered that wasn't quite true, or at least it wasn't true for everyone. So some athletes did start getting paid immediately. And I mean, I say immediately, we're really already quite far after the event happened, but immediately from getting this new sponsor. But we soon discovered that actually payments were going out in waves or batches, and not all athletes were getting paid at the same time. So that already raises a few flags for some people. Does this mean the company does not have the money in place to pay what is owned? Are they having to carefully balance between money coming in and money going out just to pay off what they've promised to pay the athletes and the staff and the venue and so on? But let's not dampen the fact that yes, some athletes have actually been paid, and that is a good thing for them. Of course, other athletes haven't been paid. People like Jennifer are still waiting as of the last time I spoke to her, and I believe the majority of the crew are also waiting to receive any kind of payment. Now, is this just a case of people being impatient? Should they just have a little bit more patience and wait to receive their payments? But then what about things like having their comments deleted off the Instagram posts? Why is that a concern? Because potentially, doesn't this raise another concern? If you look at their Instagram, on the 24th of August, they posted about their podium winners. And then radio silence. They didn't post anything again up until last Thursday when they posted about their new sponsor. So despite the amount of things being said about the European Championships from myself, from Barbell Spin, the Morning Chalk Up and other people, they have never addressed it on their platform. And while we might feel that's understandable, they're not going to advertise their struggles. The fact that they are then deleting comments and actively hiding what is going on from people that follow them on Instagram, I believe is a problem. Because yes, maybe I've spoken about this, but I don't have 55,000 followers on Instagram or YouTube. And actually, that is why I'm asking that you share this video around as much as possible. Get as many people to see it as you can. Because when we look at the posts they've started putting out since that announcement of their new sponsor, as we see them ramping up for next year, well, while those posts are not getting as many likes as before, and I mean, I would also point out that 800 likes on a post when you have 55,000 followers doesn't seem that great to me anyway, but their posts are still getting 100 plus likes per post. So the question I have to ask is that 100 people that are unaware of all the drama that has gone on this year around the European Championships? Is that potentially 100 people signing up for a competition next year, unaware of what's happened this year and that even if they win, they could be left without? And that is a concern that really doesn't sit well with me. So what now? Well, hopefully all the athletes will soon receive their money as well as the workforce. Everybody owed funds. Hopefully they'll receive that. Really hope there won't be any delays or maybe even punishments for those that are actively speaking out about what's happening. I don't think that's going to happen, but if it does, you can guarantee there'll be a video on it. But as for the future of the European Championships itself, well, that depends, because on the one hand, it definitely seems like they are determined to go ahead business as usual. But maybe it's business as usual that is the concern for many people. The changes that I've seen put in place, that is not enough to fill me with confidence that next year will really be any better than this year. And so the saga that I thought was over continues a little longer. But as always, I'd love to know what you think, so please let me know in the comments below. Like and share the video. If you're not owed money by the European Championships, then potentially go over to my Patreon and support the channel there if you'd like. Thank you again, and I'll see you in a future video.